Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Railroads. Today's beverage is a very refreshing iced lemon tea, or is it lemon iced tea? I'm not really too sure what the order of assembly is for that sentence. Either way, it's cold. So welcome back to the game, and previously playing on single player naturally, and playing on the France scenario 1842 to 1989, and I believe this is physically the largest map in the game and also contains the most objectives of any scenario, which is 4. So it's 1870, 1914, 1945, and finally 1989, which, to be fair, a bit of a moot point because the way to win by default, the objective for the objectives, I guess, is to either not be bought out or buy out every opponent in the game, and that's what you have to do for the last one. So regardless of what you do here, as long as you get the very last one done, you're going to win anyway. So yeah, that was fairly long as videos go, but like I say, quite interesting because we don't often play on that one. And in this one, we're going to go over to another map that I don't really play on much, and it is very different from a lot of the others for various reasons. But if we go back a few here, we've got the Northwest US, which is 1850 to 1930, and well, there's only 2 objectives for this one, which is, it's all to do with lumber, and then I don't really remember what the other one is, but either way, let's just go to OK and play on this one and see how we get on. I'm just going to pause the game for a moment here. So we have ourselves, we've got J Gould, we've got JP Point Morgan and J Cook. We've been placed in Bend, which is at the very south, which contains a couple of industries. In fact, most of the places around here, they're only villages, so they don't have passengers and mail, but there's a lot of industry, which makes this quite a unique map in the game. In Boys, we have J Cook. Let's go further north here, see what else. We've got Lewiston, there's nobody over there. We have over in Vancouver, there's normally someone there. There's Seattle. Vancouver's a bit north of that one. No, there's no one in Vancouver or in Seattle. That's interesting. Okay, so we're going to be fairly crowded here. Yeah, there you go, Portland. There is JP Point Morgan. And I don't know where else we have. There's Salem, and okay, that's interesting. So this is going to be probably, let's say, a little bit different here, and oh, that's actually a bit of a shame. Okay, normally starting with industries very close to others. So for example, we have, if I can find it again, we have, what is it, the lumber mill here? There is the paper mill, not lumber mill. We can turn trees into paper and then turn that paper over to the newspapers here. The problem is, if I remember rightly, over to the victory screen, we can see it says, stimulate the region's economy by growing 2 villages into metropolises. Also, we need to own a paper mill in any city and then ship 50 carloads of lumber to new paper mill. Hang on, wait. Gain a foothold by buying or building. Okay, that's fine. That's actually really, really good then. I thought that it was to simply buy one out, so you have to make it yourself. But no, yeah, you have to build it from like 500 generic units of currency and buy it factory fresh. But no, you can just buy it out. So you know what? I'm going to set that paper mill to a buy straight away. And there's also canneries as well. And we have fish, and fish. Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal. And let's just unpause it here and see how we get on. So buying this out straight away, and I'm going to go for a bit of a double track like so, and then basically go down to that one, and we'll do that, and then yeah, let's see. I'm going to say for that, get all of the lumber, go there, clear the car, come back, job done. Now, is there anywhere else that is close for that one? I'm going to have to find the paper mill, and there is another one up north. Okay, so I can probably exploit those, which is fairly handy, so I'm going to go for that, and then another, yeah, double track, and then go straight over there, and looks like we've got the paper mill straight away, which is excellent. And yeah, we've already got one of these done. Let me sell some shares and put that in there, and then go for all of the lumber, and then drop it off and clear the car, and job done. So, we have already got, as I said, one of these completed. I don't know what the other ones are. Let's have a quick look. It says, boys needs a newspaper, transport 100 carloads of new workers to Seattle and 40 carloads of paper to your new newspaper. Okay, and a tin net worth of 25 million. That'll just be done as a matter of course, and yeah, okay. The question is, do I want to get in the other... do I want to start transporting fish basically halfway inland? And the question, the answer to that is, I think, is no. I don't think I want to. What I do want to do is go for a straight piece of track with a level grade and straight over to this forestry here. So there we go, and that is now 3 of the sort of lumber trains that we have going for us, and obviously we're going to transport that over to, well, here's the question. We have to build a newspaper, and it wants it to bring it over to here. What on earth is happening here? That is an explosion in a girder factory. That is a huge amount of resources to spend at the very early start of the game. Okay. Alright, so we need a newspaper here. Ah, actually, there's already one there. Can we just... it needs a newspaper. Building or purchasing. Okay, we might... Other noises of disapproval are available. Okay, so we do need at some point to transport all of this wood. We're doing that there, and we need to transport it to. We need to transport paper over to there. But how many years do we have to do that? 47 years for this one, and then we've got 1930 on that one. So actually, we've got quite a while to do it. Okay. Fine. I think what we'll do is we'll pretty much head direct. There is in Jordan Valley, there is a steel mill, and there's coal there, well, ore over there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of a detour over to Jordan Valley here, and then we'll place in... actually, do I want to just come back off that one and then go to there? I think I do. Let me sell some shares and go there, and that's not what I intended to do, but it is what it is. And then we'll place that in there, and then we're going to go for that, and then ore, and then wait until full maybe. Yeah, why not? And then we'll go there, clear the car, and then come back. Okay, so that is on the go now, and I'm going to sell some more shares. In fact, I'm going to sell the remaining of all of my shares, which is a very... That's not what I meant to do. Okay, so I've bought out the wrong industry. That is the refinery, and I wanted the steel mill. Okay. That is a bit of a problem, and, well, it's not a problem, it's just wasting 108,000 generic units of currency, assuming the AI doesn't buy any more out. Okay, we probably can rectify this by transporting oil from here, and it looks like JP Point Morgan is actually buying it themselves, so they've actually given me a bit of an out there. So I've let them buy that, so it just means I'm not gonna do anything with it, and I'll just leave it to do its own thing. Okay, so we've definitely, and I will use the term, lucked out on this one, so that's fine. All right, so we do have all that on the go, and like I say, I do want to transport our paper from Bend over to the newspaper. So what I'm going to do is do something like that, and then something like this. Actually, wait, do I need to do that? 260 Mogul Freight Locomotive. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna go a bit of a direct... I'm going to take a bit of a direct route on this one, and we are going to have to get up into the mountains here and then straight across, and I'm going to have to either wait or sell some shares. It's going to cost a bit of money to get this one built. That's moderate downhill if I do that one, which is interesting. 100,000 to go there, and then I'm going to take a sort of steep corner and then sort of spin it around and go like that, because I do want to start sending over that paper to here, but I also want to buy out the newspaper as well, so just waiting for that, and that's now good. Timber takes top dollar, local beaver population turning carnivorous, page 11, but what basically means the price for timber has gone up, which is excellent for obviously us. So paper there, and then clear that one, and then that's now job done. And I want to buy out the newspaper, but I have not the funds available. Either way, Bend has now upgraded to a... Is it going to be... Is it a village? No, it's a town. It's a town. Excellent. Okay. When Jordan Valley levels up as well, then that should be good. And what I'll do is probably do a bit of a double track and send stuff back and forward. So I'll maybe build an automobile plant in Bend, and then that can go elsewhere. Actually, there's an automobile... No, there's a... In Fossil, there's the opportunity there. Okay, fine. Over to the newspaper, and we're going to get this bought out, hopefully. Now, I expect the AI to jump on this because it is a victory condition, and I believe it does keep an eye on those. Either way, 144,000 generic units of currency, and it doesn't look like anybody else is interested, and we have got it, which is a new newspaper built in... I always say, is it Boise or Boise? Boise, no, that's a character from Only fools and horses, those that know. Anyway, victory conditions, and it says stimulate the region's economy by growing 2 villages into metropolises, and that's incomplete, but the other 2 are good, so that's all right. We need to send 100 carloads of passengers to Seattle, which is going to be one of the most difficult one because let's guess it's yeah, it's quite a ways away. Okay, where is the best way of doing that? I think going to Portland first is the way forward. However, what I do want to do is start to buy out some of our shares here. And I'm going to see what can I do over in this location. I think we've got 8 carloads of steel there, and I need to have this as a city before I can really go anywhere else. So yeah, that's a thing. Oh, there's an automobile factory over there, so if I bought that out, I'd have to go through Bend. Is that possible? I mean, it very much is possible. Is it the way to go? I think maybe... I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not too sure. Okay, well, just for the avoidance of doubt, but let's just buy out some of our stocks and shares is often the way to go if you're not sure. And Jay Cook has set a new record of 34 miles per hour near Lewiston Grain Company. Okay. This is extra traction on inclines. I will put a bid on that one. It looks like I'm not going to get that because I don't have the funds available. And I mean, I could sell some shares. Do I really need it? I mean, I don't need it. There's very few of these that you do actually need to win. I think the minus 25% maintenance cost is the way to go if you've got a lot of terrain. But 120 because we do have... It's basically this I've bought out because of that. And wow, okay, Bend has turned into a city. And what about over here, Jordan Valley? Okay, right, we're gonna have to get on top of this one now. So basically, what's happened is these have grown to not metropolises, but they've grown to a bigger area. Let me go from here and to here, and then I've really done this completely wrong, but you know, where's the difference there? Let's go for a station, then a terminal, and Jordan Valley. And what we're going to do is have a couple of trains, and we're going to go back and forward, passengers and mail. And what I'm going to do is take the... Do I want to go through this, is the question. That is a question and a half. Okay, I'm going to have to, I think... Yeah, eventually go through... Whoa! What's happened here? 460 10-wheeler. This is passenger locomotive, but we've got J. Pierpoint Morgan, who is just rustling in our territory here. Let's see what we can do. Let's go for that one and then that one. Because what I want to do is basically go like this, and then... Is that okay? There's a main line there. I can probably switch that up here as well. And I want to have this thing going through, yeah, from here, I think, over to Salem. And we're going to do that. And then I'm going to put that in there. Looks like we've set a new speed record, which is the 260 Mogul. We're going to buy out the automobile factory. And, well, looks like we've got decent fundage, actually. Let's have a quick look at the stocks and shares. We're top dog with 4.3 million. When I started that sentence, it was only 4.1. Jay Gould, which is on 2. Morgan on 1.5, let's say, and then 1.75 for Jay. So basically, I think we're doing all right. That is now good, and we've got the automobile factory. So I want to go from here. I want to say get all of the steel, go over there, clear that, pick up all of the cars that you can, drop it off there, and then clear that, and then go back home. So, yes, this is actually not wanting cars, Bend, because it's not a metropolis yet. But it will be at some point. When it becomes a metropolis, it does want cars. In fact, did that just grow as I switched over? No, it didn't. But we are transporting goods, which is all fine. Eventually, as I said, we are going to have to go over to Seattle, and I think that process is going to be expedited. Morgan is transporting food, and we're actually rustling in on some wood that we have. Okay, and that's where they've come right over here. All right, okay, Morgan, I am going to basically do something that may be a bit rash, but also I think it's a good opportunity to do this. You can see that Morgan is the least valued of any of the AI in the game, and that means that we can buy them out and hopefully liquidate their assets. people often ask, why don't we go ahead and merge them? Well, there is, reasons to do that. A lot of the reasons is if your economy is tied to theirs. So, for example, if you have, say, money in cars, but you don't have any ore that's being transported there, it's simply the... why is that taking so long? That's because this is going there, and I think that would help. Yeah, basically, if you've got, like I say, money in cars, so you've got an automobile factory, but you don't have the back end to support that, so you don't have the ore and the steel, but somebody else is doing that, then buying someone out and then liquidating them is not the way to do it, because naturally you'll be removing that supply chain network, whereas you want to, keep that intact if you don't own it. But I just tend to liquidate and then go from there, to be honest. Anyway, let's just see what we can do here. We are obviously running JP Point Morgan down, and it's still being very expensive to get this, even though they don't own any of their company. In fact, we own more of their company than we own ours, which is an interesting prospect. But as long as we can buy them out, it's good. And then bushfires, incinerate local forests, timber demand skyrockets. You know what? The game is being very, very nice to us. Not to anthropomorphize the game, it doesn't have any feelings either way, but what I'm saying is we've been very, very lucky so far. And there is Jordan Valley that has leveled up to a city, which is good. And then Bend has now turned to a metropolis, so we are actually dropping off cars. Let me just have a quick look at the goods report, and let's see, automobiles. Yeah, we are 100% on that one, which is excellent because it is the most valued in this scenario. Speaking of valued, what is not valued is Morgan. It's still on 1.5. They've hardly expanded, which is a bit of a shame. If I was in Morgan's position, sitting in Portland, I would have not bought out the food plant. I would have... no, I was going to say I would have built a cannery to exploit the fishing industry over here, but because, again, this is quite a unique scenario, half maintenance costs and all trains. I think I said minus 25%, but it's half. Previously. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna buy this one, and I will put all of my money into this one and make sure that we get it. It's actually a bit early for this one. But yeah, I was going to say, it's a very unique scenario because there's only a couple of cities, most of them are villages or towns, and it means that basically you can't buy out or build a new industry because it's already full. And let's liquidate, yeah, JP Point Morgan, which is an early thing, but yeah, let's go ahead. And I'm going to go over to Portland, and then straight over through Olympia, and then over to Seattle, because that is, like I say, one of the objectives here. In fact, what I'm going to do is probably not even bother going through, well, stopping in Olympia. I don't think we're going to bother. And it was from Portland, and I'm just going to say passengers and a bit of mail, and then go to there, and the same back over. Okay. So, what was this guy? It was a Salem feed company. They were doing food. However, there's only really one, and it's not, in my opinion, really worth me going ahead and doing much else. In fact, what I'm going to do, because I've just realised how much money we've got. We have been super, super lucky on this. Growing 2 villages into metropolizers. We still haven't got that one done. Didn't even finish the sentence before that was untrue. And then there we go. So complete by 1899. We have stimulated the economy. We have gained a foothold in the local forestry industry and take advantage of the lumber by shipping 50 loads of lumber to your new paper mill. Excellent. And also make headlines by purchasing the newspaper, which we've done. We need to deliver 40 cartloads of paper to boys. Anyway, that's now completed, and we need to complete the 4 carloads of passengers to Seattle, which is also on the go now. And then the other one is just turn a net worth of a lot. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And let's see, was anything we can do over here? No. Seattle, I think we're best off going to... I think we're going to go over to Vancouver, you know, because there's going to be an opportunity there to get some passengers and mail. I am doing passengers and mail. Let's just do maybe that and then that, and then let's put that in there, and we'll say from there we want to go passengers and mail. For some reason, as of late, I've been doing a 4-3 setup. I don't know why. It's just how it is. And let's go for terminals, and I might probably have to do the same in a couple of other places as well. So that is already leveled up because we started there, and this one I believe is already done as well, but I'm just going to double check for the avoidance of doubt. Yes, it is. Then over here, I don't think this one is leveled up. Let's go for a terminal over here as well. Okay, so all good, all good. Let me just put some more, buy some more stock for the opponents, and okay, where do we go from here? Well, Salem is obviously making some lots of money from the cars, which is good. That is not leveled up, so we will do that. Looks like Jay Cook is putting a bid on this Westinghouse air brakes patent. Jay Gould is actually outbidding them there. Let me put some more money in their stock, and I think for Portland then, I don't even think we'll transport stuff, but what we're going to do is basically follow the same track bed. You can see we're basically running exactly where Morgan was. We're going to run it over to the Salem Feed Company. Although, to be fair, this is a question. Now, basically, the way to be extra efficient is to use tight turns, like 90-degree turns, and then go straight on a level track. That is basically the best way of doing it. However, they've already got the trackbed in place, so is it worth me just utilising that? I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not too sure if it's the best one or not. There's a freight local which we can keep, and we'll set that going. And Portland, I guess I'm going to buy out the food plant. No, I'm not, because I'm in minus money. Let's just... Can we not go that again? It's 134,000 to get that one. Okay, and it looks like money's rolled in. Okay, I don't know where that's from, but yeah, looks like Jay Cook is trying to buy out this food plant. Once this levels up to a city, we can get this over to maybe a cannery, and then they've got basically the money will just roll in from all of the fish. But where am I transporting the food? I'm not transporting it anywhere. Ideally, Seattle is the place we want to send it to. However, I'm just a bit worried that okay, I might double track this all the way back to... This is going to be expensive, isn't it? Okay, yeah, that's expensive. And we'll do that, and then we'll get some sort of little move over bits there. That's the technical term, obviously. And then let's go for this one, and then this one. Okay, everything is now connected, and I'm going to start buying out some more stock. And between you and I, this is already game, isn't it? Let's be honest with each other. We've got so much money. We're ahead of the game, in the game. So yeah, I mean, we're valued at just under 20 million. The next highest is J. They've just passed 5. So yeah, and we've already bought out Morgan. Yep. Okay, fair enough. It's been fun. Let's see then. We need to grow this Portland up, and we will do that. I'm a bit concerned that this Portland Lumber Company has taken so long to go, and I don't know why that is. Is it just this is a really old train? I'm going to level that up because we have to. This one I don't really need to bother because it's, yeah, it is what it is, and that's heading back. So it's going to go here. It's going to pick this up. Let's see, 12 in the Portland Mill and Lumber Company, and that fills up, and we'll head down. Anyway, let me go ahead and... Who's the next person we're going to target here? I don't know. Anyway, how we're doing in Portland. Portland's doing not terrible, but I am going to go from that one and say max out on the food, please and thank you. Go there and basically clear the car and come back. Is there any industry we can exploit over here? There is a fishery. Okay. Alright, well, if we were to do that... No, it's not close enough for my liking. But it's going to be a bit of a one-way traffic if I don't do it. There is food, however. Oh, you know what we can do? Place bid on the Birkenshaw's Malleable Rails patent. Why not? There is food in the mountains here. And if we were to alter this so it doesn't clear it, we can just have food going back and forward, back and forward. Okay. That actually seems like a way to go for me. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go from here. $250,000 to get that, which is a bit of a shame. Through the mountain. Bit of a tunnel network, that one. But it will work. And there, we want to max out on the food. Wait until full. Go there. No, delete that one. Go there, clear the car, and say A-OK. Going to go over to our food train. Where is it? It is here. It's getting built up now. I'm just going to say modify the train's cargo and just max out on the food because we're going to say A-OK on that one again. Back over to Seattle and we're going to buy out the food plant and then the cannery. And looks like Seattle food. Looks like someone else wants to buy it. And local school children get math lessons from Railroad Mogul. Achieve the 25 million that is required. And as I said, it is pretty much a game. But let's see. Let's get that bought. There's the cannery now, which is all good. And looks like somebody else wants it too. But we're obviously going to disallow them the right to buy that. 10 more seconds to get that. That's going to be fine. So from here, there's a power plant. Okay, you know what? We'll let them have it. Let's not be greedy. We don't need to buy it out. And quite frankly, they are very keen on getting it themselves for over. What was that? What was it? 350,000. So they can have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to transport food. Well, we've got basically the cannery and we've got the food plant going to Seattle. Food has gone back and forward from Portland. Portland, we now have the opportunity to build a cannery, which we will do. And then now it's a case of trying to get everything else over here. So from this point, we'll go again through this sort of hilly mountain bits, and then we're going to say from that one, all of the fish, please and thank you, and then back to there, clear the car. So it's getting more food here. The rest of it though is going to start to back up a little bit actually. And in fact, what I'll do, because I can, is from here we're going to split the track off, go back again through the hills here, and max out on the fish, wait until full, clear that one, say A-OK, and then come back. I'm going to buy out a bit more of my own stock here, and then I'm going to have to, I don't have to, but I will go for another double track and get some of these on the go, and we'll do that, and that's interesting. Is this not leveled up? Oh, well, okay, that surprises me. Portland has not been, well, it wasn't maxed out, and that's wrong. I think we're okay now. I think we can go from this position, and I'm going to spin it round and head over to these to this area here, which is a bit interesting because we're going to go basically through our own network almost. And there is the 462 Pacific passenger locomotive. I don't really need to do anything at this stage because, like I said, I think it's pretty much a done deal at this point, but let's not be too hasty, I guess, and buy more shares out and have a quick look at the victory screen. So we are past the in the land of green, complete by 1899. It's 1900 or 1901 now, and we've got all that done. We got that done quite early, and then we have prospectors, papers, and profits, complete by 1930. So 29 years remaining. Buy out the paper mill, buy out the newspaper, which we've done, obtain a net worth of 25 million, which we've done, and then the most difficult one I think in this one is to transport 40 carloads of paper, which we've done, and then 75 out of 100 carloads of passengers to Seattle. So we're doing that one as well. So I think we'll get it done. I think it'll be all right. However, is there anywhere else I can do? There's the Lewiston food plant. That's over in, what a surprise, Lewiston. And it's valued at 432,000. I am going nowhere near that. You couldn't pay me enough to put a bid on that one. Okay, let's have a quick look around here. I mean, we could probably go and transport from Jordan Valley, maybe transport some stuff over to here. However, is there any point? I don't think so. I really don't think so. 5.5 million to buy out Jay Gould, and then Jay Cook. It's going to be just under 10 million to buy them out, but I think That's already on the go. Well, 13 food over at Portland. We do have a, yeah, look at this. This is our food train. Poor Olympia. We're just driving through. Driving through and not touching any of the industry at all. But yeah, we're making so much food in Portland that it's might be best if I... That's a good question. Salem. If I hadn't basically went through my own city twice, this might be a bit more interesting. What I can do is... okay. I'm already not liking what I'm thinking here, but whatever. Double track. And then basically this. No, let's go the other way. Pullman's Palace car patent. We're gonna get that because, quite frankly, we do have 25% passenger delivery bonus. We've got some amount of passengers. On this scenario, there's actually not a lot of them, but we're going to do it anyway. So what I'm going to do also is connect up this and then have a food train going from there to there and clearing it, and I will bring locomotives back. So that's going to probably... It's going to probably be a bit of a downer, actually, because we're transporting... There's a speed record by Jay Gould. We're transporting the locomotives through to Bend. It's the ore that goes from Jordan Valley. It goes all the way to Salem and then it comes back over. But now what we're doing is we're taking food from Portland because we've got so much stuff going to Portland that it's just going to be worth it. And buy and liquidate. So that is Jay Gould now gone. And yep, there we go. So it just opened up the victory condition screen here, and we literally completed it as we opened it up. So thousands passed through Seattle towards Klondike, and that's a win off it. Yep, there we go. So obviously we're going to complete the scenario by basically buying out the last opponent, which is Jay Cook, who has been devalued by a couple of million. Looks like Jay Gould must have had some stocks and shares in that. I'm guessing that's what happened. So yeah. The last remaining opponent, who, to be fair, has put up a decent fight. They've been over here and, done whatever they needed to do. I guess the issue is, 482 Mikado. That looks freighty. Yes, it's freight. Alright, so in Moses Lake, nobody's over there. Is it like worthy of us heading that direction? I think it is. So what I'm going to do is take a sharp bend like this. It says downhill, I want to say no grade, but then go straight through. This is going to be one of those cases of just being a sort of tunnel and bridge sort of thing. And there we go, looks like coal has gone down. And then we want to say from here, passengers and mail, and go back and basically do the same thing. And then there is a furniture plant, which... there's also a power station, which... Oh, actually, wait, that power station is now owned by us. And it wants oil and coal, and guess what is around here? There's copious amounts of both, so I'm going to go ahead and set that going. So we're going to one there, and there's one directly ahead. Let's see, can I connect these up? I probably can, but I'm going to have to expand. I'm going to go over to here, and then do something like that. And one there, and there's coal over there, which is being, we're not transporting this stuff, so there's no reason why we can't do that. And this is where the money will roll in. So we want to fill up on the oil, wait until full, go there. I'm clearing the car. I don't think it's really necessary. It's probably going to take longer to build the thing. I'm not going to clear it. I'm not going to wait until full because that's been utilised by somebody else. I will go here though. There we are. And where is the rest of it? That's actually okay for now. And let's see, the other one is all the way over there. Okay. Spokane, there's also a refinery and a paper mill there. Don't think we're going to touch that. Don't think there's any reason to do that. What I'm going to do is go here, and then let's go from this one, again, through the mountain to here, and then go all the way to that industry. I'm just going to go on the left here, just try and make sure it's not going to turn into sort of trestles and such, and then go there, clear it, and done. Okay, so obviously this is very inefficient the way we're doing it, and I don't often like using the power plant because there's no intermediary production, so it's not like you're taking the oil and coal, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's ore supplies. Coal actually says coal. Yeah. Oh, Jay's coming a bit on that one. Yeah, it's not as if like you take that over to some place and then it turns it into, say, goods, and then you take them goods elsewhere, because at the end of the day we are a transport industry. You just drop it off at the power plant, but you know, I guess it's pretty good if you're just selling that. And it appears that we have a bit of a backlog here, which, okay, I'm gonna have to do this, and then this'll free up the network just a little bit, and that, there you go, that's gonna free that up pretty nicely. I'm also gonna go from there to there, and liquidate. There we go. That's been a bit of railroads. Okay, this has been, in my eyes anyway, quite an interesting map. It's one of the ones I don't often play, and maybe because of that, that's why I found it interesting. But it's only got 2 victory conditions for this scenario. But the main difference from this to the other ones is that there's only really a couple of cities to start with. Noteworthy Vancouver and Seattle. The rest of them are all villages. And that's why obviously one of the scenario things is to turn them into metropolises. Okay. Well, we managed to get a very solid win off this. I don't know how much of that was more luck than judgment. We started off in Bend, and obviously we needed to buy out a paper mill, which we did. And then obviously next to it we've got Bend Woodworks. You've got a couple of the others around here. Further north, you've got the Portland Mill and Lumber. Poor fossils are not really been connected at all. Looks like a long walk to that steel plant. And yeah, we obviously bought out a lot of the industries that we needed and got a win of it. Either way, hope you have enjoyed this little look at railroads and this scenario. If you have any tips, comments, suggestions for the run, as well as other scenarios you may want to look at, any objectives, any challenges, then we'd love to hear them. And as always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.